All right, let's unlock some serious wisdom today.
Oh, yeah.
We're diving deep into 50 Chinese proverbs
Okay.
curated by TrenderHQ.
Cool.
50 might sound like a lot, but don't worry.
Right.
We're going to help you extract the most fascinating nuggets
Okay.
and figure out why these sayings have resonated for centuries.
It's amazing how these proverbs, distilled from generations of experience,
Right.
can still offer valuable insights into how we approach challenges,
Totally.
relationships, even success.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with a category that's near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
Wisdom and knowledge.
Right.
I'm sure we've all been there.
Yeah.
Staring down a massive project, feeling totally overwhelmed. Like, where do I even begin?
That feeling is more common than you think.
Really?
And it's precisely where the proverb, a journey of 1,000 miles, begins with a single step comes in.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
This isn't just about physical journeys.
Right.
It's a blueprint for anything that feels daunting.
It is. I remember once I was launching this website, and I felt completely paralyzed by all the tasks.
Oh, wow.
But then I remembered this proverb and just focused on writing one page of content and another. And before I knew it, the site was up and running.
That's a great example of breaking down a massive goal into manageable chunks.
All right.
Think of it like modern project management.
Okay.
Each step is a task you can check off, making the overall project less intimidating.
So instead of getting lost in the 1,000 miles,
Right.
we should focus on nailing that first step.
Exactly.
And then the next, and so on.
And that consistent effort over time is how we achieve big things.
Right.
It's like building a habit. One small action repeated consistently can lead to significant change.
I like that.
Speaking of valuable things,
Okay.
another proverb reminds us that learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere.
Okay, but what kind of treasure are we talking about here? Is it like finding a chest full of gold?
Not quite, but in a way, yes.
Oh, okay.
Knowledge is the kind of treasure that can't be stolen, lost, or spent.
I see.
It equips you to navigate any situation.
So it makes you more adaptable?
Think about it.
Okay.
Understanding how things work, why people behave the way they do, being able to solve problems creatively. These are all treasures that knowledge unlocks.
So it's less about material wealth and more about being resourceful and adaptable in any situation.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's about having a mental toolkit that allows you to thrive regardless of your circumstances.
I like that. But sometimes I think the biggest roadblock to gaining knowledge is our own fear of looking silly.
Oh, yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've held back from asking a question because I didn't want to seem dumb.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
But there's a brilliant proverb that addresses this head on.
Okay.
He who asks a question remains a fool for 5 minutes.
Oh, right.
He who does not ask remains a fool forever.
It's funny, but also kind of terrifying when you think about it.
Right.
Imagine all the missed opportunities because we were too afraid to speak up.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does.
Think about major scientific discoveries. Many were sparked by someone simply asking, why is this happening?
Oh, wow.
Or what if we tried this?
So if we want to unlock the treasure of knowledge, we have to embrace curiosity and not be afraid to ask those stupid questions.
Absolutely.
Right.
Curiosity is the fuel for learning and innovation. And sometimes the best way to learn is by doing.
Yeah.
By being empowered to figure things out on our own.
Right.
Which brings us to a proverb you've probably heard before.
Okay.
Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day.
Oh, yeah.
Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime.
This one feels particularly relevant today.
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot of debates about aid programs, social safety nets. Are we giving handouts or are we equipping people with the skills to thrive long term?
It's a complex issue for sure.
Yeah.
But this proverb emphasizes that true empowerment comes from providing the tools and knowledge for self-sufficiency.
I see.
Not just temporary relief.
Right.
It applies to everything from mentoring a colleague to supporting education initiatives.
And that support can make a world of difference in someone's life.
Yeah, I feel like
it's like giving them a fishing rod and showing them the ropes.
Yeah.
Suddenly they're not just surviving, they're thriving.
Speaking of timing,
Okay.
we often think about the ideal time to start something new.
Right.
But what if the best time has already passed?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a proverb for that too.
What's that?
The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago.
Oh, right.
The second best time is now.
This one is such a classic, but for good reason.
It is.
It's a powerful reminder that it's never too late to start working towards a goal.
Exactly.
Whether it's learning a new skill, starting a business, or even just changing a bad habit today is the best day to begin.
And that feeling of, I wish I'd started sooner, is common. But dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. This proverb encourages us to focus on what we can control, the present moment, and take action.
So instead of saying someday,
Right.
we can choose to say today.
Exactly.
Okay, those were some serious wisdom bombs about knowledge and taking action.
For sure.
But life isn't always about charging ahead.
Right.
Sometimes it's about weathering the storms and coming out stronger on the other side.
That's a great point.
Right.
These next few proverbs
Okay.
offer a glimpse into how we can build resilience and navigate challenges.
Okay.
It's fascinating how ancient cultures understood the importance of mental toughness.
Absolutely. And it's not just about gritting our teeth and pushing through.
Right.
There's a certain wisdom in how we approach those tough times.
Totally.
Let's start with this one. The diamond cannot be polished without friction, nor the man perfected without trials. It's like you can't have brilliance without a little pressure, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Think about the pressure that transforms a lump of coal into a diamond.
Yeah.
It's intense, but it yields something incredibly valuable.
Right.
This proverb reminds us that challenges, while often unpleasant, can shape us into stronger, more capable individuals.
It's like that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right.
But I think there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
It's about how we choose to view and learn from those challenges.
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
It's about adopting a growth mindset, seeing setbacks as opportunities to learn and adapt.
Okay.
The proverb doesn't say to enjoy the friction, but rather to recognize its role in the process of refinement.
And that refinement is what helps us develop resilience.
Exactly.
Which brings us to another classic.
Right.
Fall, 7 times stand up 8.
Oh, yeah.
It's so visually evocative.
It is.
Like you can almost see someone getting knocked down, but refusing to stay down.
This proverb is all about grit, the unwavering determination to succeed, even in the face of repeated setbacks.
Right.
It's a reminder that failure is not the end, but rather a chance to learn, adjust, and try again.
Which is interesting because we also have the proverb, calm seas do not make skillful sailors.
Oh, that's a good one.
It seems to be saying that we need those rough waters to truly develop our skills.
Exactly. It's like the difference between reading about sailing and actually being out on the open ocean, facing those unpredictable waves, is what hones your instincts, teaches you adaptability, and makes you a more capable sailor.
So it's not about seeking out hardship, but about recognizing that challenges, when met with the right attitude, can actually be opportunities for growth.
Precisely.
Right.
It's about shifting our perspective from viewing difficulties as obstacles to seeing them as stepping stones.
And those stepping stones can lead us to some pretty incredible places.
They do.
Both literally and figuratively. But before we venture too far, let's pause here for now.
All right.
We've covered a lot about wisdom, learning, resilience, and the importance of approaching challenges with the right mindset.
It's incredible how these ancient proverbs offer such timeless wisdom, isn't it?
It is.
And we've only just begun.
Oh, wow.
We have a whole treasure trove of insights still to uncover.
We do. So stay tuned. We'll be back soon with even more fascinating Chinese proverbs.
Sounds good.
And explore how they can help us navigate relationships and build meaningful connections.
Can't wait.
All right, see you then.
Welcome back.
All right, so we've explored the importance of wisdom, knowledge, and resilience. But now, let's dive into a realm that's both fascinating and complex. Human relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Relationships can be tough to navigate sometimes. It's like we're all trying to figure out this intricate dance of connection, communication, and understanding.
It is an intricate dance. And thankfully, there are proverbs that offer valuable insights into how we approach this aspect of life.
Okay, so where do we even begin with this? Relationships can be so diverse. Family, friends, romantic partners, colleagues. It feels like a whole universe unto itself.
You're absolutely right.
Right.
And just like any complex system, there are certain principles that can help us navigate these relationships more effectively. For instance, when the winds of change blow, Some people build walls and others build windmills.
Ooh, I love that imagery.
Yeah.
It speaks to the different ways people respond to change, especially in relationships. Some people shut down and try to resist, while others adapt and find ways to harness the new energy.
Precisely.
Right.
Building walls represents fear, isolation, and resistance to growth.
Right.
It's a defensive posture that often leads to stagnation.
I see.
But building windmills, that's about resourcefulness, adaptability, and seeing change as an opportunity.
It makes me think about couples who face a major life transition, like a job loss or a move.
Yeah.
Some might let the stress create distance, while others might use it as a chance to reconnect and support each other in new ways.
That's a great example.
Right.
It's about choosing to see change as a catalyst for growth, both individually and as a couple.
And it makes me wonder, what about those relationships that seem to drain our energy?
Oh, yeah.
The ones where we feel like we're constantly giving but not receiving in return?
Ah, yes.
Right.
Those can be challenging indeed.
Yeah.
And while there's no magic proverb to instantly fix a toxic relationship, there is one that encourages us to be mindful of who we allow into our inner circle.
Okay.
Don't fear the enemy that attacks you, but the fake friend that hugs you.
Okay, that one sends chills down my spine.
Right.
It's so true, though.
It is.
Sometimes the most dangerous people aren't the ones who are openly hostile, but those who pretend to be our allies while secretly undermining us.
This proverb speaks to the importance of discernment, being able to recognize those who genuinely have our best interests at heart versus those who might have ulterior motives.
Right.
It's a call to protect our emotional well-being.
Okay.
By surrounding ourselves with people who are trustworthy and supportive.
So it's about paying attention to those subtle cues, the inconsistencies between words and actions, and trusting our gut instincts when something feels off.
Exactly. It's about valuing quality over quantity when it comes to relationships.
Okay.
Having a few close, genuine connections is far more enriching than a large network of superficial ones.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that our time and energy are precious resources, and we should invest them wisely in relationships that nourish our souls.
Speaking of precious resources,
okay,
there's the proverb that reminds us of the most valuable one of all.
What is it?
An inch of time is worth an inch of gold, but an inch of gold cannot buy an inch of time.
Ooh, that one is deep.
It is.
It's about recognizing that time is fleeting and irreplaceable.
Right.
We can always earn more money, but we can never get back lost time.
Precisely.
Oh, okay.
This proverb encourages us to be mindful of how we spend our time.
Yeah.
To prioritize what truly matters. And to make conscious choices about where we direct our energy.
Right.
It's about valuing experiences, connection, and personal growth over material possessions.
And I think this ties in beautifully with another proverb we touched on earlier.
Oh, yeah.
If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap.
Okay.
If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help someone else.
This proverb highlights the profound impact that kindness and generosity have on our well-being. It's about recognizing that true happiness is often found in giving back.
Right.
In contributing to something larger than ourselves.
Okay.
And in making a positive impact on the world.
It makes me think about the science of happiness.
Oh, yeah?
Studies have shown that altruistic behavior actually releases endorphins.
Wow.
Which have mood-boosting effects.
Interesting.
So there's a physiological basis for this ancient wisdom.
That's fascinating.
Right.
It seems that our ancestors intuitively understood the link between helping others and experiencing a sense of fulfillment and joy.
And speaking of joy, there's a proverb that reminds us of the power of simple acts of kindness.
What's that?
A bit of fragrance clings to the hand that gives flowers.
I love that one.
It's such a beautiful way to describe how generosity benefits both the giver and the receiver.
Right.
It's like a ripple effect of positivity.
Exactly.
Right.
When we extend kindness to others, we not only brighten their day, but also cultivate a sense of joy and purpose within ourselves. It's a win-win situation.
It's like that saying, what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
But I think it's more than just karma. It's about recognizing that we're all interconnected.
Right.
And that our actions, both big and small, have an impact on the world around us.
And sometimes those actions involve using our words to uplift and inspire others.
Okay.
Which brings us to the proverb.
Yeah.
The tongue can paint what the eyes can't see.
This one is so powerful.
It is.
It reminds us that words have the ability to create vivid imagery,
Right.
evoke emotions, and shape perceptions. It's about recognizing the profound impact that our words can have on others.
Think about the stories we tell.
Okay.
The compliments we give.
Right.
The words of encouragement we offer.
Yeah.
They all have the power to paint a picture in someone's mind, to create a feeling,
Okay.
to leave a lasting impression.
It makes me think about the importance of choosing our words carefully.
Right.
Being mindful of the impact they might have. And using them to build bridges rather than walls.
And sometimes those bridges are built through honest communication, through the willingness to be vulnerable and share our authentic selves with others.
Okay.
Which brings us to a proverb that encourages us to embrace our imperfections.
Okay.
Tension is who you think you should be.
Oh, right.
Relaxation is who you are.
This one is a personal favorite of mine.
Oh, yeah.
It's about letting go of the need to pretend to conform, to meet everyone else's expectations.
Right.
It's about finding peace and freedom in simply being ourselves.
The powerful reminder that our true worth lies not in external validation, but in our inherent being.
Right.
It's about accepting ourselves' flaws and allowing others to see the real us.
And I think that authenticity is what allows for genuine connection.
Absolutely.
When we feel safe to be ourselves, if we can form deeper, more meaningful relationships.
It's about creating a space where vulnerability is welcomed.
Okay.
Where imperfections are embraced.
Right.
And where we can connect with others on a soul level.
So instead of trying to be the perfect friend, partner, or colleague, we can focus on being our authentic selves and trusting that the right people will connect with us for who we truly are.
It's about recognizing that our imperfections are often our greatest strengths.
Okay.
That they make us unique and relatable.
Right.
And that embracing them allows us to connect with others on a deeper, more authentic level.
Wow. We've covered a lot of ground in this exploration of relationships.
We have.
From navigating change and choosing our inner circle wisely to prioritizing time practicing kindness, embracing our authentic selves.
Yeah.
These proverbs offer a wealth of wisdom for building stronger, more meaningful connections.
It's amazing how these ancient sayings can still resonate so deeply in our modern lives, isn't it?
It is.
It's like they're kindless whispers of wisdom, guiding us toward deeper understanding, greater connection, and more fulfilling relationships.
But before we get too sentimental, there's one more fascinating realm we need to explore.
All right.
Self-improvement and discipline.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
The journey of personal growth and self-mastery. I think our listeners will be fascinated by the insights these proverbs offer on this topic.
I agree. So stay tuned.
Sounds good.
We'll be back soon to delve into the world of self-improvement.
All right.
Exploring how these ancient Chinese proverbs can help us cultivate discipline, overcome challenges, and create a life that truly aligns with our values and aspirations.
Can't wait.
All right, welcome back to our deep dive into Chinese proverbs.
Oh, yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground, from wisdom and resilience to navigating the complexities of relationships. But now it's time to turn the focus inward.
Okay.
And explore a theme that's essential for personal growth.
All right.
Self-improvement and discipline.
It's fascinating how these ancient proverbs offer guidance, not just on external challenges, but also on our internal struggles.
Right.
Those battles we fight within ourselves to become better versions of who we are.
So how do these proverbs help us with that?
Yeah.
It seems like self-improvement is such a personal journey.
Right.
How can ancient sayings offer any relevant advice?
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
Human nature hasn't changed that much over the centuries.
Right.
We still grapple with procrastination, self-doubt, fear of failure.
Oh, yeah.
And these proverbs offer timeless strategies for overcoming those obstacles, for instance.
Yeah.
There's a great one that speaks to the power of taking action.
Okay.
Better to light a candle than to curse the darkness.
That's one of those proverbs that just hits you right between the eyes.
It is.
It's so simple yet so profound. Instead of complaining about problems, we should focus on finding solutions.
Exactly. It's about shifting from a passive mindset to an active one. Instead of being consumed by the darkness, we can choose to be a source of light.
It's like that saying, be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
But I think it applies even more powerfully to our own lives.
For sure.
If we're not happy with something, we have the power to change it.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's about recognizing our own agency, our ability to make choices that shape our reality.
And sometimes that involves taking responsibility for our own happiness and well-being.
Right.
Which brings us to another insightful proverb.
Okay.
He who depends on himself will attain the greatest happiness. This one seems to emphasize self-reliance, which is important.
It is.
But doesn't it contradict the idea of seeking support from others?
Yeah.
We talked earlier about how relationships can empower us.
That's a great observation.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's not about isolating ourselves.
Okay.
It's about recognizing our own capabilities, being resourceful,
right,
and not relying on external validation for our happiness.
Right. I see.
It's about having the confidence to chart our own course.
Okay.
Knowing that we have the strength and resilience to handle whatever comes our way.
So it's like finding that sweet spot
Right.
between self-reliance and interdependence.
We
need to be able to stand on our own 2 feet, but also recognize when we need help, and be open to receiving it.
Exactly.
Right.
It's about finding a balance between independence and connection. Knowing when to lean on others and when to tap into our own inner strength.
Which reminds me of a proverb that highlights the importance of recognizing the contributions of others.
Oh, yeah.
Do not be like the mosquito that bites the hand that feeds it.
Oh, wow.
This one speaks to the importance of gratitude and appreciation.
Right.
It's about recognizing the kindness and support we receive from others.
Yeah.
And reciprocating that generosity in meaningful ways.
It's like being mindful of the ecosystem of support we have. Family, friends, mentors, colleagues. And not taking those relationships for granted.
And sometimes nurturing those relationships involves letting go of the need to be right, to control, to impose our will on others.
Right.
There's a proverb that speaks to this beautifully.
Okay, what's that?
Tension is who you think you should be.
Oh, yeah.
Relaxation is who you are.
This one is so powerful.
It is.
It's a reminder to shed the masks we wear, the roles we play, and the expectations we try to meet.
Yeah.
It's about finding peace and authenticity in simply being ourselves.
It's about recognizing that true happiness comes from aligning our actions with our authentic selves.
Exactly.
Not from trying to fit into a mold that doesn't feel right.
So it's about letting go of that tension, that striving, that need to prove ourselves.
Yeah.
It's about embracing who we are, flaws and all.
Right.
And allowing ourselves to simply be.
And in that state of being, we often discover a greater sense of peace, joy, and connection with others.
I agree.
Speaking of connection, there's a proverb that reminds us that even the most accomplished individuals benefit from seeking guidance.
Right.
A single conversation with a wise man is better than 10 years of study.
That's a good one.
This one highlights the power of mentorship, of learning from those who have walked the path before us and have valuable insights to share.
Right.
It's about recognizing that sometimes the most profound learning happens through personal interactions, not just through books or lectures.
It makes me think about all the incredible mentors I've had throughout my life.
Yeah.
Teachers, coaches, colleagues who have offered invaluable guidance and support.
Right.
It's like they've helped me see things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Unlock my potential and navigate challenges with greater ease.
And sometimes that navigation involves embracing a growth mindset, recognizing that challenges are opportunities for learning and development.
There's a proverb that speaks to this beautifully. A man grows most tired while standing still.
I love that one.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that stagnation leads to exhaustion.
Right.
That complacency breeds discontent. And that true fulfillment comes from embracing a life of continuous learning and growth.
It's about challenging ourselves to step outside of our comfort zones,
right?
To pursue new experiences, to develop new skills, and to never stop exploring the vast potential that lies within each of us.
And sometimes that exploration involves taking risks, embracing the unknown, and trusting that we have the strength and resilience to handle whatever comes our way.
Which brings us to another powerful proverb.
Okay.
He who does not climb the mountain cannot see the view.
This proverb encourages us to push beyond our perceived limitations, to challenge ourselves to reach new heights, both literally and metaphorically.
It's about recognizing that the most breathtaking views, the most rewarding experiences, often lie beyond the well-trodden paths.
It's like that saying, life begins at the end of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
But I think it goes deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the sense of accomplishment.
Right.
The expanded perspective.
Yeah.
The growth that comes from pushing ourselves beyond what we thought was possible.
And sometimes that growth involves revisiting our past, reflecting on our experiences, and gleaning wisdom from our mistakes.
I see.
There's a proverb that speaks to this.
What's that?
The palest ink is better than the best memory.
This one is so relevant in today's world, where we're constantly bombarded with information and distractions.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing the importance of documentation, of recording our thoughts, ideas, and experiences, so that we can revisit them later and learn from them.
It's about creating a personal archive of wisdom.
Right.
A journal, a notebook, a digital document, where we can capture those fleeting moments of insight, those aha moments, and those lessons learned through trial and error.
It's like building a library of our own experiences.
Yeah.
A resource we can turn to for guidance, inspiration, and reflection.
And sometimes that reflection involves acknowledging our imperfections, embracing our flaws, and recognizing that our true worth lies not in our achievements, but in our inherent being. There's a proverb that speaks to this beautifully. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without one.
I love that analogy. It's a reminder that perfection is an illusion, that our flaws are part of what makes us unique and interesting, and that trying to hide them only diminishes our authenticity.
It's about shifting our focus from striving for flawlessness to appreciating the beauty in our imperfections.
I like that.
It's about recognizing that those so-called flaws are often what make us relatable, approachable, and ultimately more human.
And that humanity is what allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, to build genuine relationships and to create a more compassionate and accepting world.
Exactly.
Speaking of compassion, there's a proverb that reminds us to treat others with the same gentleness we would extend to ourselves. Deal with the faults of others as gently as your own.
This proverb encourages us to cultivate empathy and understanding, to recognize that we all make mistakes, and to approach others with the same kindness and forgiveness we would hope to receive.
It's like that saying, walk a mile in someone else's shoes.
Right.
But I think it's more than just trying to understand their perspective. It's about recognizing our shared humanity, our common struggles, and offering grace and compassion rather than judgment and criticism.
And sometimes that compassion extends beyond our human companions to encompass all living beings. There's a proverb that speaks to this. Water flows in the direction it desires not, where the wind pushes it.
This proverb seems to suggest that we should respect the natural flow of things. To trust that there's an inherent wisdom in the way life unfolds, even when it doesn't align with our plans or expectations.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that forcing things often creates resistance, while surrendering to the natural order allows for greater ease and flow.
It makes me think about the importance of listening to our intuition, trusting our gut instincts, and allowing ourselves to be guided by a wisdom that's deeper than our conscious mind.
And sometimes that guidance involves slowing down, being present, and appreciating the simple joys in life. Which brings us to a proverb we touched on earlier. An inch of time's worth an inch of gold, but an inch of gold cannot buy an inch of time.
This one is a powerful reminder that time is our most precious resource.
It is.
It's about making conscious choices about how we spend our days, our hours, our moments, and investing our time in experiences, relationships, and pursuits that bring us joy, fulfillment, and meaning.
It's about recognizing that we can always earn more money, but we can never get back lost time. It's about savoring the present moment, appreciating the beauty of the unfolding journey, and making the most of the time we have.
And sometimes making the most of our time involves stepping outside of our comfort zones, embracing challenges, and pushing ourselves to grow.
There's a proverb that speaks to this beautifully. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still.
This proverb encourages us to embrace a life of continuous learning, growth, and movement. It's about recognizing that stagnation leads to exhaustion.
Right.
That complacency breeds discontent.
Yeah.
And that true fulfillment comes from embracing a life of purpose, passion, and progress.
It's about recognizing that growth is often gradual.
Right.
That setbacks and challenges are part of the process. And that true fulfillment comes from embracing the present moment.
Okay.
Rather than constantly striving for something more.
And sometimes that embracing involves letting go of the need to control, to plan, to dictate every step of our journey. There's a proverb that speaks to this.
Okay. What's that?
Too much care will cause a loss of courage. This one seems counterintuitive at first.
Right.
Don't we need to be careful and plan ahead to avoid making mistakes?
Of course, planning and preparation are important.
Okay.
But this proverb cautions against becoming paralyzed by fear or overthinking.
Right.
It's about recognizing that sometimes the best way to move forward is to take a leap of faith.
Okay.
To trust our instincts.
Yeah.
And to embrace the unknown with courage and a sense of adventure.
So it's about finding that balance between thoughtful planning and spontaneous action.
Yeah.
Between careful consideration and bold leaps of faith.
Exactly.
Right.
It's about recognizing that life is full of surprises. And that sometimes the most rewarding experiences come from embracing the unexpected.
Okay.
And allowing ourselves to be guided by intuition and a sense of adventure.
And sometimes those adventures involve facing difficult emotions, navigating challenging experiences, and finding the strength to persevere even when the path ahead seems uncertain.
There is a proverb that speaks to this beautifully.
Okay.
You cannot prevent the bird of sorrow from flying over your head.
Oh, okay.
But you can prevent it from building a nest in your hair.
This proverb offers a powerful metaphor for emotional resilience.
It does.
It's about recognizing that sadness, grief, and disappointment are a part of life.
Right.
But that we have the power to choose how long we allow those emotions to linger.
Exactly.
It's about acknowledging our feelings, processing them and moving through them without allowing them to define us or control our lives.
It makes me think about the importance of developing healthy coping mechanisms, finding ways to process difficult emotions, and cultivating the inner strength to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and equanimity.
And sometimes that equanimity comes from recognizing that we're not alone in our struggles.
Right.
That everyone faces challenges, and that seeking support from others can provide comfort and guidance.
There's a proverb that speaks to this.
Okay.
A man who cannot tolerate small misfortunes can never accomplish great things.
This one seems to emphasize the importance of developing resilience.
Right.
Of learning to handle setbacks and disappointments with grace and determination.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that challenges are an inevitable part of life.
Okay.
That they often serve as opportunities for growth.
Right.
And that developing the ability to bounce back from adversity is essential for achieving our goals.
It's a reminder to stay focused on the bigger picture, to maintain a positive outlook, and to trust that even in the midst of difficulty, there's always a way forward.
And sometimes that way forward involves seeking guidance from those who have walked the path before us, who have wisdom and experience to share.
Right.
There's a proverb that speaks to this.
Right.
Teachers open the door, but you must walk through it yourself.
This one highlights the importance of taking ownership of our own learning and growth.
It does.
It's about recognizing that while teachers, mentors, and guides can offer valuable insights and support, ultimately it's up to us to take action, to apply what we've learned, and to create the life we desire.
It's a reminder that knowledge is power only when it's put into practice.
Right.
That the journey of self-discovery is a solo adventure, and that the greatest rewards come from embracing the challenges and taking ownership of our own growth.
Wow, we've covered so much ground today.
We have.
It's incredible how much wisdom is packed into these simple sayings.
It is.
From the power of taking action and embracing our authentic selves to the importance of seeking guidance and developing resilience.
Yeah.
These proverbs offer a wealth of insights for anyone on the path of self-improvement.
It's a reminder that the journey of self-discovery is a lifelong adventure.
Right.
And that these ancient proverbs can serve as valuable guideposts along the way. They offer timeless wisdom, practical advice,
and
a fresh perspective on the challenges and opportunities.
Right.
we face as we strive to become the best versions of ourselves.
Yeah, remember, this is just a small sampling of the wisdom that exists within Chinese proverbs. There are countless others out there waiting to be discovered, each offering unique insights and perspectives on the human experience.
So keep exploring.
Okay.
Keep learning.
Right.
And keep those minds open to the wisdom that surrounds us.
Until next time, keep diving deep.